We are now going to learn the Purim story. Many years ago, there was a king named Achashverosh. He was the king of 127 cities, which was the entire populated world at the time. He was the ruling king of everyone. He was then married to Queen Vashti, and together they lived in a palace in the capital of Shushan. The third year after he became king, he decided to make two parties. The first party was 180 days, 6 months long, for men only. In this party, he invited everyone in his kingdom. He then made a second party, which was 7 days long, for only the people that lived in Shushan. During this party, Achashverosh wanted his wife Vashti to come to the party. He wanted to show everyone how beautiful she was. However, Vashti looked in a mirror and saw that pimples appeared, so Vashti refused to come to the party. Achashverosh got very angry and decided to send her away and kill her. Achashverosh now sent messengers to his entire kingdom that all of the single girls should come to the capital of Shushan, so Achashverosh can now choose a new wife. In the capital of Shushan, there was a Jewish leader named Mordechai. Mordechai raised his niece, whose name was Esther. Mordechai instructed Esther not to tell anyone that she came from the Jewish people. Esther was very beautiful, and when she was taken by her messengers to the palace to Achashverosh, Achashverosh loved her more than any of the other women and made her his new queen. Every day Mordechai would come visit Esther, and one day when he came to visit, he heard Achashverosh's guards, Bigsan and Seresh, plotting to kill the king. Mordechai right away told Esther what he heard, and Esther told Achashverosh that Mordechai heard 2 guards planning to kill you. Achashverosh made an investigation and found out that it was true. And he had those 2 guards, Bigsan and Seresh, killed. And he wrote this incident in the king's special journal. Achashverosh had an evil advisor whose name was Haman. And Achashverosh appointed Haman to be second in command of his entire kingdom. Haman wanted everyone to bow down to him. However, Mordechai never bowed down to Haman because he only bowed down to Hashem. Haman got very upset. He wanted to punish Mordechai and the entire Jewish people. So Haman made a raffle. The word Purim means raffle, to decide on which day and which month to kill the Yidden. The raffle fell out on the 13th day of the month of Adar. Haman went to Achashverosh to ask permission to wipe out all of the Jews, and Achashverosh gave Haman permission to do so. The news spread to Mordechai and to all of the Yidden about this decree. So first of all, Mordechai gathered all of the Jewish children, and together they davened to Hashem to save them from this decree. Then Mordechai told Esther that you have to go speak to Achashverosh to tell him not to go through with this plan. Esther told Mordechai that I can only go to Achashverosh when I'm invited. And being that I'm not invited, I'm asking of you and all of the Jewish people to fast for 3 days and for 3 nights to daven to Hashem, and only then will I go to see Achashverosh. On the 3rd day, Esther goes to meet Achashverosh, and Achashverosh was so happy to see her. Esther tells Achashverosh that I want to invite you and Haman to a special meal, and at this meal, Esther tells Haman and Achashverosh, I would like for you to come again tomorrow for another meal. Again, Achashverosh and Haman said, of course. When Haman was walking home, he once again saw Mordechai and was very angry that Mordechai did not want to bow down to him. So he decided to make a plan to kill him. Haman built a very tall gallows upon which to hang Mordechai. And that night he was going to visit the king Achashverosh to get permission to kill Mordechai. That night Achashverosh was trying to go to sleep and he couldn't fall asleep. So he had someone read his special journal to him, and in there it was written, that long ago Mordechai saved the king's life by telling him that Bigsan and Seresh were trying to kill him. When Haman arrived to Achashverosh, Achashverosh asked Haman, "What would you do to someone that saved the king?" So Haman said, "I would have him wear the royal crown and all of the royal clothing, and I would ride him around the city on the royal horse." So Achashverosh told Haman that this is exactly what I want you to do to Mordechai. And that's what Haman did. The next day, Achashverosh, Haman, and Esther had their second royal meal. And Achashverosh asks Esther, "What can I do for you?" And Esther says that, "I've never told you this before, but I am Jewish. And there's a man that's trying to kill all of the Jewish people. And that man is none other than Haman." So Achashverosh makes a decree to hang Haman and all of his 10 sons on the very gallows that he made to hang Mordechai. Achashverosh then makes another decree that on the 13th of Adar, the day that the Jewish people were supposed to be killed, they are allowed to defend themselves and fight back. They established this day to be the celebration and Yom Tov of Purim. And every year on Purim, we celebrate with 4 special mitzvahs. Number 1, with the reading of the Megillah by night and by day. Number 2, by giving out mishloach manos, which is 2 foods to 1 friend. Number 3, by giving matanos le'evyonim, by giving 2 gifts to 2 different poor people. And number 4, by making a special mishta, by making a feast. Happy Purim.